And it's a great big Monday
Wait a
morning,
minute,
right? Wait.
I thought I was going to bring it in.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Well, I thought we said that I was going to start the show today.
Would you like to start the show?
No, you go ahead. You started already.
Well, I don't
Sorry
want
to interrupt
now.
you.
I don't want to now, Mike. My feelings are hurt. I had this big warm up ready to go. We were lead in, and you just ruined it.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I thought we said I was going to do it first.
We'll do it.
I don't want to anymore. So you go ahead.
Well, we're just going to sit here with dead air because I'm put out. It's a great big. I guess it's Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning here on Morning Mayhem, and Mike starts, and he's got his the britches in which he is a problem on this morning apparently, and we're gonna. He's got his problem britches on. So no, I'm kidding. We're having a good time already this morning. Great conversation. Hope that you're ready for a great day here on Morning Mayhem. Piper Peach Radio is on the air. Good morning, Wanda, Washington. We know that you always join us, and we appreciate you dialing in on YouTube. Mike's over there. He's going to make sure that he can follow what's going on live. We've got several really cool news items to talk about as we go through the morning. But the one that I'm excited about at the 8 o'clock hour today, we have Kevin Easterling from Peach Country Theater is going to be in studio with us. And Mike, they have done a phenomenal job down there. I'm looking forward just to letting him talk about everything that's going on.
You know, we've talked about this in other shows, Jason, about this theater and the history of it and how, what little part I played in it, which means going to a movie when I was 5 years old down there, or maybe a little older, but just to go, and I don't really remember what it looked like. I used to think it was huge, and it is still pretty big. I mean, it'll hold, 100 people at least?
No, I think it's more than that.
Okay, well, more than that then.
Maybe 300?
Oh, gosh, I didn't realize it was that many.
A lot of folks.
But I guess Kevin can clear that up for us
a
little bit later. But just the idea of going back, Renette and I went to see a Christmas Story, and on the big screen, and it was great. And got us some popcorn and a hot dog. I mean, they have a really good selection down there. Have y'all been down there yet?
We've not been able to hang us, and my evenings are.
I understand.
Right now.
I understand. I didn't know if you just had
No, we've been by. I've actually
made
walked
yourself
by
go
and looked, kind of peeked in and all of that stuff. It's just to see that old theater come back to life. So many towns are drying up, but to see somebody that loves their community enough and looks at the past but sees the future and does something about it, that is such a wonderful thing. So I'm excited about having them in the studio.
Well, they don't just show movies there, right? They've already had a couple of live acts, and that's one of the things that Kevin will be here talking about.
And we'll talk about
Got one coming up.
Logan Mize concert on the 26th of March coming up in a couple of weeks. So we'll be promoting that as well. But looking forward just to maybe running the trail with them a little bit, getting some more information about the inside scoop on that particular.
It's really a nice place, though. So we're looking forward to hearing about that.
So, Mike, I got to talk to you about this, though. This is something. This was huge in your family, and you may have talked about it yesterday a little bit. I hope you did.
Briefly, yeah.
But the wedding over the weekend. First comment I made to you this morning was that it was probably the best environment, the least stressful wedding that I have ever been involved in, and I was really blessed. I have the ones that I've done this past year. I think I've done 4 weddings in the last year. Every one of these kids, a group of kids, and I say kids, but young adults have been special.
Yeah, that's right. I know what you mean.
But I know a lot of times families look at what you're losing, but I think in your case, you're not losing. It's what you're gaining.
I believe that wholeheartedly. He's a fine young guy. They had a little trouble with a battery and an alternator on the way down there, on their way down to Cape Canaveral. They're going to get on a cruise, but they had a little trouble. And I got to tell you, they both stepped up. They supported each other. You could tell. And instead of a dinner where they had a reservation at some fancy restaurant in Orlando, they ended up eating at a Taco Bell in Gainesville.
That's right.
So, but they made it work. It's like somebody. somebody put that out, on our prayer chain there at church, and one of the comments was something like, said, well, the memories they'll be creating, and that kind of thing, and so I hope that's the way they look at it.
Well, and
we'll get the car fixed.
think about this too, Mike. Nothing says unforgettable honeymoon quite like explosive gastrointestinal issues created by Taco Bell. I mean, that's just
Let's really
you got to get those issues out of the way early.
Let's really get to know each other, right?
That's right. You get that out of the way early.
Oh my gosh!
An unbearable car ride becomes a much more unbearable car ride.
Didn't hear about that, but fortunately, there's a good friend of the family lives down there and was able to help us out and down that way at least, and got them back on their way, and they should be getting on a boat sometime today.
Pretty sure, probably around lunchtime.
I don't know exactly. I don't know. I don't know their exact schedule, but
schedule. I like the way you said that.
Yeah, well, that's
You
a proper way to
softened
say
it,
it.
schedule.
See, I know I growed up around here, but I really do know how. I learned how to talk.
You learned how to. Well, that's good. It's that fine Chilton education right there.
I got a great education here, I tell you. And
you're good at deciphering.
That's right. I'm a double knot. Knot from knot. We're doing Jethro Bodine, by the way, for you folks who might not know that.
That's right. And I would imagine that there's fewer and fewer people every day that remember the Beverly
I'm afraid you're
Hillbillies.
right. I'm afraid you're right, friend. Exactly.
So hold on to it as long as you can. But anyway, listen, top to bottom, I got to tell you that wedding was really good.
Great venue out there. I'll give them a
Beautiful.
little plug.
It's
called the Henley House out outside of Shelby, Alabama.
I took a photograph out the big window in I guess it's the front of it.
Yeah,
overlooking
too.
Out back toward the river. There was a thunderstorm Friday night over in Talladega County. Wasn't anywhere near, about 20 miles from where we were, but you could absolutely watch the thunderstorm build and structure. I got the picture. I'll show it to you in a little while. It was just a magnificent view. And then the home that is also part of that package deal. Man alive.
Well, we had the rehearsal dinner.
Yes, it was top to bottom. I just got to tell you, it was really good. Maddie and Wesley Gore got married a few months ago, and Wesley is on the fishing tour. He's with the Bassmaster Elite Tour. And I got to do that wedding, and it was a different setup. It really wasn't that far from this one, probably about 10 miles maybe. And I had never heard of that one. So wedding venues, of all things, have become, it used to be the church. You go down to the church house, you go down to the courthouse, and that's where weddings took place.
Yeah.
But now it's very much venue driven. And, and that's for a lot of different reasons. Some families that want things involved in the rehearsal don't feel comfortable doing that on property at churches. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, I'm sure that does happen.
But I've tried to limit myself. In a pastoral role, I want their event to be what they want it to be. So rehearsal dinner is someplace that I spend a limited amount of time, and actual reception, post-wedding reception, is I spend very little time. I want people to be comfortable. And, when pastor rolls in, for whatever reason, everybody gets uncomfortable about what they might want to do. But I don't care. I'm not that person. I'm not going to judge you. But I don't want to be that person to bring it down. But there were so many people at the reception and so many people at the rehearsal. I absolutely love being around. I couldn't pry myself away. And I guess I really just want to thank you, because it was just such a great event, and it was so many church families, so many friends, so just everything across the board.
It was great. I was at the back door, I guess, or I guess you say the front door of the facility where people were coming in, and I got to see a lot of our old friends, and made a few new friends too. There's always somebody there that I don't know that knows the groom, or vice versa. And so, but it was just wonderful. I don't know. Ended up being not quite 200, I think, but it was just amazing how many came and celebrated with us. We had such joy, and several people at our church mentioned to me that were there, that how much fun they had watching the young folks have fun, because we didn't serve alcohol. We just made that decision that we weren't going to do that. The kids were fine with that. I mean, you know, there's a time for that, and they proved, and that's what one of the folks said. They proved that what a great time you can have. You don't have to have it.
That's right.
You know, and this is not. I'm not turning this into that, but that's just our decision as a family. That what we did and what we decided. And I'm not looking for pats on the back, but that's just the way it was. But at the same time, man, it was pretty neat because there was a lot of folks there. It was just great to see, and you played a great role. You did a fabulous job yourself. So.
Well, it was enjoyable, and I made him promise. I went straight into the bishop from The Princess Bride, and marriage is why we are here. Anyway,
it sounds almost like an Elmer Fudd
a little
priest
bit,
or whatever you said.
Elmer Fudd priest. Listen, it is time for our first break of the morning.
7:15.
It is flying by already. You're listening to Morning Mayhem. I'm Jason. That's Mike. We'll be back in a few moments right here on Piper Peach Radio.
Experience the charm of Maplesville. From friendly faces to family-friendly events, scenic parks, and local shops, our town is where community and tradition thrive. Visit Maplesville today, where you're always welcome.
Maplesville Pharmacy, where personalized care meets convenience. Our dedicated team is here to assist you with expert guidance on prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, and more. Experience the difference today at Maplesville Pharmacy, your trusted partner in health. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
And welcome back. We're broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio this morning on Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. I'm Jason. This is Mike. And off and running on a cloudy Wednesday, Mike. It was good to see that you made it in this morning. I was hoping there wasn't any fog. You and I have trouble seeing over the fog most mornings.
Yesterday was really foggy. Now this morning I didn't really even notice any fog, but yesterday, buddy, it was thick, really thick. Coming in. Jason, I don't know. Did you notice or did you hear about that record-setting basketball game last night in the NBA?
I heard about it, but I was a little bit surprised by the name, Mike. That was the guy on the giving end, so to speak. He gave it pretty hard to the team they were playing.
Yes, the Miami Heat beat the Washington Wizards last night, 150-129. It's really... Do you know they seem to be scoring so many points in the NBA these days? They're just not playing any defense, I guess.
No defense is
not like they used to. They certainly don't call traveling. But there's this player for the Heat named Bam Adebayo. I wonder what Bam is short for. You think that's a nickname or you think that's a family name?
I have a feeling that that's going to be short for something.
He set a record, the second highest scoring game in NBA history with 83 points.
No, it wasn't LeBron James.
It wasn't LeBron James.
It wasn't Steph Curry.
Wasn't him.
It wasn't James Harden.
It
And by the way, if James Harden scores 83 points, he's taking like 275 shots.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was Bam Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo, right. He's played, he was one of those one-and-done guys at Kentucky, played for John Calipari. But do you know who holds the record for the highest scoring game?
That was
of course.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt the Stilt, they called him. It was like 7-1 scored 100 points.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine watching somebody? Can you imagine being the other team watching a guy score 100 points on you? At what point does the coach go, I don't care if you choke him, stab him, shoot him, but stop letting him score?
Take him out.
I mean, did they not have the old sweep the knees? I mean, straight out of, Cobra Kai on Karate Kid. Sweep
That's right,
the knees.
exactly.
Take him out. Don't let him do that. I don't know that I would feel good. Our number one, you're losing by 30. And then you got a guy that's scoring, at what point, when you get to 40, do you go, maybe this is part of the problem? Maybe if we stop him, nobody else can score. He scored more than half their points.
I know the rest of his team scored 67, and he had 83. He had 43 shots from the field, including 22 three-pointers. I mean, this guy's like 6'10". He's a big tall guy.
Well, he's
out there shooting the three-pointers.
He's known for mid-range and post play and being a really good rebounder.
Right.
But for him to, I don't know. Well, he's clearly been working on his game. Let's just say.
But he had 43 foul shots. So he gets credit for shooting the ball 43 times, which is basically 11 shots. It's a shot. He had one shot every minute of that game.
Wow.
If he played all 48 minutes,
Mike, that sounds like you back in the day.
Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't your nickname Old Chucker when you were?
No, it was the black hole. The ball would come in,
And it
but it would never
never
go
get
out. I would just take a shot. I never saw a shot I didn't like. But can you imagine shooting the ball 43 times in a game and then getting fouled? I mean, how many times would you have to get fouled, Jason, to go to the line 43 times?
At least
What, 20?
20.
20 fouls.
If it's 1-1, that's
Right, he could
and
miss
then you
one, but he
shoot
made
two.
36 free throws. So 36 of those points
80
were
for
from the
36
foul
later.
line.
At what point does not fouling him work in your favor? Just
I know.
let's
Let
not send him to the line.
Let him take the shot.
This is a guy that is good.
Apparently,
He's always been good. He's been in the league several years now.
right?
But never this good. This is an anomaly. Now, it will drastically improve his points per game for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely an anomaly. But think about it. Go back the last time an 80-point game happened. The only one that I can remember was Kobe Bryant.
That
toward
is the
end
only
of his
one.
career. It's the
That
only
is the
one.
only
And
other
that was
one.
81.
81 points. I was trying to 2005. So that's 21 years or 20 years.
But if you say Kobe Bryant scored 80-something points a game, I go, I could see that.
Right.
But Bam Adebayo?
I know it. I thought he was
don't get
like a role player.
I don't get it. He clearly had a role. the
Yeah,
other
he
night.
did. But I mean, can you imagine?
My
I
gosh.
mean, the coach Eric Spoelstra for the Heat said it was an absolutely surreal night. I mean, I've been in games, Jason, before, and you too probably, where you got somebody who just can't miss that night. You feed the goose, and and watch him shoot. See how I cleared that up?
That was good.
Clean that up. But seriously, though, man, that was just what a role you'd have to be on. I mean, even though he was less than 50%, I mean, he made 20 baskets.
How bad does everybody else have to be for this guy
To get
83 points?
83?
Well,
I don't
and let's
know.
be honest, they were playing the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that is one of the NBA's worst teams.
That could have just as well been a WNBA team at that point.
Hey, speaking of the WNBA, I did not know that Adebayo's girlfriend is Asia Wilson, who is like the 4-time WNBA MVP
I didn't know
from
that.
South Carolina.
Very, very good.
Oh, yes, she
Basketball
is.
player,
That's
so.
right, exactly.
Can you imagine how good the kids are going to be?
Yeah. They'll be, I would predict they'll be pretty tall.
Yes.
That's what I would say, because she's like 6'3" or 4", I think, herself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Their kids will be born dribbling, with and not just off their mouth either. That's going to be
Right. But he had 31 points in the first quarter, 43 at halftime, 62 at the end of the third quarter. So he finished with, what was that, 21 in the fourth quarter? That's one of his strongest In fact, that was his second strongest quarter in that game. I mean, to score 80, you got to get 20 each quarter.
You've got to be pretty consistent.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't get. At what point do you just D this guy up?
Right.
At what point do you put somebody? Maybe it's a flunky. You got 3 or 4 guys on the end of the bench that they are the professional goon.
That's right.
They
exactly.
come in to foul. They couldn't play dead in a cowboy movie, but they can come in and they can foul. Wear him out. You know, just don't let him do it. But hey, let me just say, back in the day, if this were 80s, early 90s basketball,
70s,
it would never have happened.
No, it wouldn't.
This was not going to happen. Dennis Rodman would have rode that guy like Zorro. There's no way that happens.
And that's why, I mean, defense used to be a premium in the NBA, and now it's all these teams getting 140, 150, 160. I don't know. They just don't play.
Some of those 80 Celtics teams, I swear, Robert Parrish would have stabbed this guy.
I think he would
right in the middle of it.
He had
would
something
have
in the back of his,
took him out.
taped to his. Never mind.
There were times when
won't go
basketball,
there.
you couldn't tell the difference between basketball and a wrestling match.
That's right, exactly.
It was
I do
physical.
remember it very well, and it's still physical. But I mean, they're like Mike Baker says here, letting us know. He says had a happy whistle ref there. We've got 20-something fouls called on this
gosh.
one guy,
Yeah.
but to be able to I mean that. So he had 43 shots, and then he got fouled 20 times. So he's actually shooting it 80 times, right? Isn't that what it
Ultimately, yeah.
Ultimately,
If you count the foul, yeah.
I mean,
And let's just
that's
say
just
today,
incredible for me to
in
think
the
about.
NBA today, for a guy to shoot foul shots like that, to be able to hit that, he hit 36.
36 of 43.
36 out of 43. That's a 80% clip.
Yeah, that's
bro.
80, 82, 84.
That's
somewhere in
that's
there.
better than the average big man.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
better than the
Oh,
average
yeah,
in the
that's
NBA.
right, exactly. But wow, what a game. I mean, it's something that I just had to bring up this morning. Hey, good morning, Rick. Glad you're on the air with us today.
I had a math teacher one time, and I had made a uncharacteristically good grade on a algebra 2 test. Looked at me, and he used the old adage that a blind hog will eventually find a nut. So Bam Adebayo was the blind hog with his 83 points the other night.
83 acorns he found.
83 acorns.
Lee, incredible. Well, listen, we want to talk about our sponsors here on the Clanton Tractor Studio, or in the Clanton Tractor Studio. We have Chilton Mobile Home Supply, Central Alabama Wellness, Coca-Cola. You're not having a Coca-Cola this morning?
No, you have the Coke, I'll have the smile.
Oh.
Did you like that?
I
Coke
did
and-
like that, with the smile.
Hey, do that again. Take another sip. Refreshing. There you go.
I like to go.
That's my job. There.
The Chilton Chamber of Commerce is also one of our sponsors here at Piper Peach Radio. Larry Puckett Chevrolet down in Prattville. Putter Up, Wood Surfside Marina, Market 22 right there on 31 in Clanton. This and That Vinyl, and Workout Anytime. We appreciate y'all very much.
Market 22. That it had another name before this group bought them out, and but the quality that you get there just hadn't let up.
Oh boy, we got some shrimp there the other day that was just succulent.
Yeah, that's a good word.
I know. That's why I used
Get
it.
that education.
Well, it's my wife. She puts these words in my head because she uses them.
Well, that's
You talk about food, though,
oddly
right?
enough, the first time Raynette saw you, she told me that's what she thought about you, that you were succulent, that you were a yummy little morsel, and she just had to be your wife. That's what she told me.
Well, was there a word I could have used maybe that you wouldn't have made fun of me?
I wasn't making fun of you. That's
okay,
that's
okay.
a good early morning word. For that to come out before 8 a.m. is utterly amazing. So good job. I'm challenged the rest of the day.
The organal taste right here of Coca-Cola.
Oregonal.
That does it.
Liver. Folks, we're up against our next break. You stay with us right here. It's a big Wednesday morning on Morning Mayhem. He's Mike. I'm Jason. Back with more on Piper Peach Radio.
Work it, make it. Harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me. Can I
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
Welcome back.
We'll find out.
To the Clanton Tractor Broadcast Studio, Morning Mayhem, Piper Peach Radio. Baden has slipped away. We've named the van, now you know this, we've named the van Big Juicy.
Big Juicy.
Big Juicy, and Baden is Big Fuzzy because
Okay.
all peach theme. He said,
Yeah, I get that.
He just said that something has exploded in the back of Big Juicy, and now he says that as he walks out, and I immediately want to know
Leave
more.
us hanging.
I want to know more.
Left us hanging.
So if you see him out and about, ask him what happened in the back end of the van. I almost had a really bad in the back end of Big Juicy. That's terrible. In the back end of the van, I'd like to know what blew up.
Yeah, I'm glad that you cleared that
I need
up.
to just clean that up a little bit. You can get in trouble these days. Not so much us, but everybody else.
Well, what about that weather? We're expecting some rough weather tonight, maybe.
We are, and it's, overnight hours. I don't know that here it's going to start before 10, 11 o'clock, but it will go all night long. It'll be initial burst of bad weather, not unlike the other night. And then it will rain. It may actually rain longer into Thursday morning. So it's an overnight event. You got to be careful. When these storms on Monday came through, there was actually a tornado. It said it's a brief spin-up tornado, EF0. You got the Fujita scale, the enhanced Fujita scale.
Right.
EF0 through EF5. And this was an EF0, had peak winds of 80 miles an hour, and it touched down in western Jefferson County. It was part of a system that kind of blew through and knocked out power. There was a lot of high winds.
Yeah.
But as I was watching the coverage, because I'm a little bit of a weather freak, as I was watching the coverage, you could see moments where the radar would detect rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So there were a couple of very brief tornado warnings, but this was one of those times. It damaged as it came through also in Winston and Tuscaloosa counties, it caused wind damage in northern Tuscaloosa County before it dropped a small tornado in West Jefferson County. So that was out, and this is old stomping grounds for me. I was at a church up in West Jefferson County in Hueytown. So this was along Lock 17 Road near Betty Hill Road. That's going out toward the river, out toward Oak Grove.
Right.
That's where that is.
I've been out there before, but I worked claims out there before as an adjuster. Seemed like West Jefferson always gets hit pretty good.
I don't know. You know, in '98, the EF5 came through Oak Grove.
Yeah,
and just
that was one of the things I did. Worked.
Obliterated it.
Yeah,
and then
had an office there in Hoover back then.
Yeah. And while we lived there, the tornadoes that came through in 2011, that's straight up came through. You know, a couple hundred yards from our backyard.
Those worked those too. Yeah,
horrifying.
Right, it was.
But you know that brings up a pretty good topic. You know, this is the time of year for tornadic storms. We know we have the
straight line winds too. You know, that's why they investigate. They determine whether it was classified as a tornado or was it just straight line. 80-mile-an-hour straight line winds.
Because at that point, when you've got hurricane force winds, it doesn't matter if it's a small tornado or just straight line winds. There's going to be damage.
Yeah.
And that's what they're warning about tonight again. A low chance of tornadoes. It's there, but almost a guarantee of high winds up to hurricane force winds. So we really need to be careful and pay attention to weather. Have a source of information, whether it's your phone. You need to have something that if the power goes out, you can still get information. So your phone with weather alerts on it, the weather apps,
keep your phone charged.
Weather radio.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Make sure before you go to bed tonight, you have an idea of where everything is and make sure everything's charged like it
Well,
is
let's
to
talk
be.
about getting prepared for that, though.
Yeah. Well, and I know people see the local weatherman, they see James Spann, and he hammers this home, is that have a football helmet, have a bicycle helmet, have
Motorcycle
a baseball
helmet.
motorcycle helmet, because people that are most often killed, it's blunt force trauma to the head. So if you have something like that that's designed to take an impact covering your head, then the chances of you surviving even a major tornado increases exponentially. So really have some way first to cover your head. But you have to also plan. You never know if the big ones are going to come. You know, we normally get pretty good warnings about the big tornadoes coming through. So you got to make sure that you've got water to drink where you are because you could be trapped. You got to make sure you have some non-perishable food items. And these are good too because what if the power goes out? Even if the storm doesn't hit you, what if the power goes out? It might or might not come back on quickly based on the damage done down the road.
Absolutely. We know that well here in Chilton County.
Yeah. You got to have flashlights. Got to have flashlights with batteries, first aid supplies, bandages, ointments, disinfectant wipes. You want to make sure that those are in your
Just a good first aid kit.
Tissues, paper, pen, stuff. You know what? Just to be able to play a game in case you're there. I remember growing up that my grandparents in Thorsby had a storm pit. The old storm pit, not the basement, but the storm pit.
Out in the yard.
So if it was going to go, it absolutely built into the side of a hill.
That's right.
If it was going to be bad weather, we would end up invariably all hours of the day, all hours of the night at my grandparents' house. And we would go into the storm pit. And you look at it and it doesn't seem like a whole lot. But then there were times when it was the only one of the community, and you'd look around, there were 12, 15 people sitting in there just coming up from other houses in the area. And my grandparents didn't have a whole lot. My grandfather was an artisan carpenter. He could build anything. Wonderful,
cool.
Beautiful work. But this is something that they built. And when you went down the steps into it, it was completely concrete. The walls were concrete. The ceiling was concrete. They had the vent built into it so you get fresh air in.
Yes, sir.
It had the shelter door. It had a door onto the actual down below ground. And it brings such a memory. There was always a smell. And it was absolutely...
Probably damp.
Damp, it was, but also a kerosene lantern.
Oh, okay,
because
yeah.
you didn't have the power. You might have had flashlights, but it didn't have electricity or anything run to it. So you lit it by kerosene lamp.
And that's another reason you needed that vent.
Exactly. And but man, those are really rich memories. I remember though one time the storm was over and all of this stuff, the rain had stopped. We walked out and my older brother was there, and he said, "Look right there." And when we looked, the actual funnel cloud was going past us at that point. So that was the very first time I ever
Wow.
remember seeing, and it was a funnel cloud. It wasn't on the ground or anything, but you could see the rotation, see the little tail. The very first time I saw that, and then I was out delivering newspapers
Oh,
for the
really?
Clanton Advertiser.
Oh,
One
man.
morning we had
That's back in the day.
back in the day we had a route go down. I was down in the south end of the county, down near Shiloh,
Uh-huh.
and it was an awful storm. And by the way, those newspapers went out regardless, rain nor sleet nor storm
I
nor
run a few
hail.
routes back in my day.
Yeah. Then
Before
you
the
know,
Advertiser.
then you know.
Yep.
Well, guess what? I'm down there at an intersection, getting ready to make the last turn. I had one more paper to deliver on the route. I was going to turn and go back to the newspaper
office.
So I put the newspaper in the box, and I turn around to go back up the road. About the time a tornado sat down on the ground and took out two houses and a barn just like that.
So the call comes into the Advertiser office. I didn't get my paper. And said, well, Mr. Green said he put it in your box
It
right
said you-
before the tornado
Yeah,
hit.
there was no box left though.
That's right.
That box ended up in the river.
Oh,
No, I'm
gosh.
kidding. I don't know, but
I
it
do,
was.
I
That
do
was one
know
of those
that
things.
area. I've run that route before.
Never
for-
forget that. Then that the road that I was on, Tees, you made a left. There was one house there. I did it, came back around, started back up the hill about the time that tornado hit. I'll never forget that. And I was visibly shaken when I went back into. Man, I've delivered newspapers in hurricanes too.
Yeah.
The hurricanes that came through. So
Sure.
I was taking pictures and delivering newspapers on the route. It was quite something.
So tell me this: when you were working back then, did you also take like a huge bundle to the local post offices like Verbena and Maplesville?
You did. We did have some
Yeah.
mail out. Not
Right.
as many mail outs because when they put the routes in, then that's primarily where it came. We had, goodness, I can't even remember the number of actual home subscribers. It was a couple of thousand, 2,500, and then we would sell that many newspapers out of just off the
Off
stands.
the stands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was quite an
So you were
operation.
working with Mike Kelly back
I
then?
did work with Mike Kelly.
Me too. Me too.
One of my favorite people all time.
He and Peggy are great folks, weren't they?
And I miss him. I hadn't seen him in so long. Miss Peggy commented on something that I had put on social media because we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah, she we are too.
And I have deep respect for Mike and Peggy. Mike did a wonderful job. That's one of those things. It's almost like being a pastor or working at a newspaper, working in media. On any given day, 50% of the people are going to love you, and 50% of the people could not care less about you. So it's a rough situation to be
He
in.
taught me a lot back when I was working in high school there for 4 years. Mike would tell me that he thought sports would really sell newspapers.
He's right.
Because that was 50 years ago almost, and that was your primary means of communication. That and radio, right? We didn't have all the digital age. We hadn't reached the digital age yet, but anyway, I just remember have fond memories there, and
I had a lot of
I would
respect
run
for
all over the county whatever he needed me to do.
Mike was the most respected publisher in Boone newspapers at that time. In my opinion, I just couldn't find anybody else that had a feel for it. He and Jim Boone, Mr. Boone, the older gentleman that owned the company, there were 50-something newspapers at one point.
Right, I remember.
They divided up the company since Mr. Boone passed away. But Mike didn't mind doing the work, and he had worked his entire career. And when he became a publisher, Mike was still one of us. Mike wasn't just telling us what to do. Mike was out working to help cover because he wanted to have as much coverage as we could. So there were 3 of us in the newsroom at one point, really 4, and then Mike. And we were able to cover so much because all of us just knew we had to work. We had to get out and get it done.
Right.
Because there was not just a community, there was a county.
Well,
And we worked really well
that's right,
together.
exactly.
That was, from my time there, it was Mike Kelly, and then it was Tim Reeves and Ed Howell. Those, and then myself. Those were kind of the four. Paul Keene was there for a while.
I remember those names.
Yeah,
as you refresh my memory.
Just great.
Right.
It was and it was different. Everybody was different.
Well,
But we
Laura
worked well
Smithman
together.
was our advertising director, and I don't know if she was still working when you came along, because she was probably not too far from retiring when I worked there. And then also had Dan Cook had moved into town.
That was the name I was getting ready to throw out.
Oh, you were?
Oh, there are some wonderful Dan Cook stories.
Oh, I do. I have him too. He was just a character.
We went
Mr.
over-
Blaylock was the guy who was in charge of circulation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember his first name, but he and his wife would do it mainly. We would load up their truck with the newspapers. It was a lot of fun. Good times back in those days.
Dan Cook, you bring up that name. Those are fond memories of Dan. I remember standing on a pier down at Mike and Peggy's place at Wind Creek, where it's down in Lake Martin, down in near Alexander City. And he brought his ice chest with him.
Dan did.
And Dan's brand was Miller Lite. That's what
Okay.
he liked to drink. Well, so he
It's
had
less filling, I think.
Yeah, but it tastes great.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they say. So Dan is down there with his ice chest with his beer, and we were crappie fishing.
Yeah.
They had the light down. I mean, it was great. It was a great night to do it. But every time Dan caught a crappie he wanted to keep, he threw it in there on top of the beer. Kept throwing fish on top of the beer. Well, he emptied another can, and he was ready for another one. So he had to reach down between the fish and get one of the cans that the fish had laid on top of, and pop the top on it, went to drink it. I said, Dan, does that not taste a little fishy? He said, yeah, but it's Miller Lite. I'm used to it.
Oh.
Well, I think it's time for another break, Mike.
7:45.
Broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. We'll be back with more. Folks, don't forget to stay with us. Kevin Easterlin from Beach Country Theater will join us at the top of the hour. You're listening to Morning Mayhem. I'm Jason. This is Mike. You stay with us.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
All right, we're back here on a Wednesday morning. It is March 11, and I believe it is 7:49 on this. You know, yesterday Taylor called it a mild weather morning. What do you think? Mild?
Mild. Meek and mild. How about that?
Meek? I've never heard the weather described, Jason, as meek.
and mild.
I mean, I've always been described that way, but
Yeah. And devastatingly handsome.
That's what you say.
You know, I call it bubbly because it's really kind of humid this morning.
Bubbly, yeah.
It's that
Okay.
time of year. Speaking of bubbly, I had nothing to do. Speaking of bubbly, he's back out at Big Juicy.
I know we didn't get the full story on the explosion in Big Peachy?
Big Juicy.
Big Juicy.
Big
Excuse
Juicy,
me.
yeah.
Excuse me. Big
Yeah.
Juicy. Oh, boy.
Fuzzy is out there.
Yeah.
Dating Fuzzy. Is
King
out there.
Fuzzy, you
King
said.
Big,
Yeah.
King Fuzzy.
That's,
Big
I think
Juicy.
I think that's better than Big Fuzzy.
King Fuzzy.
Hey, have you been paying attention to the World Baseball Classics going on right
Noticed
now?
how you move that along.
I did.
I've watched a little bit of it, bits and pieces. You know, I'm convinced that there's places in the world that should not be allowed to play baseball, like Great Britain. But,
Yeah, exactly.
You've got an interesting story here.
I want them to be in my pool.
Yeah.
I want to be in there with Great Britain.
The one that you're
That'd
about
be a win.
the one that you're about to tell us shows you that out of all sports, that baseball is fair. It's based on who does the best job and who makes the least mistakes.
That day.
There's no that day, and
That's right.
that's the beauty of baseball. Tell us that story.
The World Baseball Classic, yesterday I got to watch it and also reading about it afterwards this morning. They lost the other day. I think they beat Mexico. They were 3-1 in their pool play. And we got Mexico, and I don't know who else in there with them. And obviously Italy, because Italy took an 8-6 win over the USA yesterday. Italy is unbeaten in the pool play. And it's really going to be close to see if USA can advance to the next round, which would be incredible if they did not. I mean, they're using more and more of the best professional players, not just professional players, but the best of the professional players. And yet, last night they found themselves down 8-1 in the seventh inning to the Italians.
Well, you would think that, given the ethnic stereotype, that the Italians would be pretty good swinging a bat. So I did that with you with a mouthful.
That was
of Coke.
good. Thank you. I appreciate your timing. It was perfect. But it was just a few things about the game I thought was pretty interesting. One, a local guy, I count him as a local guy, Gunnar Henderson from Selma, had a home run in last night's game. Man, what a swing that guy has. Left-hander. What is it about the left-hander swing that's so different than the right-hander? Like Ted Williams and some other guys, they just have this, quote, sweet swing.
Seems smoother.
It does.
It's like the swing plane is different.
Even when I was playing ball, which is a long time ago, I could swing smoother left-handed than I can right-handed. I don't know what it is or was.
And it may just be the
But
optics,
I was right-handed.
The optics of it. But think about a left-handed pitcher, and their delivery always seems a little awkward. But it seems like a left-hander is always able to get more stuff on the ball. You see more left-handers with better curveball, sliders, things of that nature, anything with break on it, than you do right-handers. I don't know the physics of it.
But I don't know either. But the left-handers always have the advantage. I think it's just familiarity. You just don't see that many.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about potential guests that we would like to have on the show, and I mentioned Derek Scott, who's I don't know if he's the president or exactly what his title is, the Chilton County Historical Society. And Derek was a left-hander, and we grew up together, and he was a pitcher. And so, it was just something you didn't see. If you didn't have somebody on your team left-handed, you couldn't even simulate it in practice. You just had to get up there and face them. And, it's just, like you said, it's just different approach coming from a different angle.
Well, even now, though, and you expect to find left-handers in batting orders and things like that.
Right.
But sometimes, even in broadcasting these games, you stand there and it's right-hander, 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 and you're not even paying attention, and then you get a lefty getting in the batter's box. You're like, whoa, that's different. So even now, you just don't see as many. But the teams that have a lot of lefties in them generally are pretty successful.
Yeah, they are.
Because it presents a problem for most teams, because most teams don't have a good way to mitigate left-handers.
I think there are 4 pools of 5 teams
think so.
in the world, this baseball classic. And Japan is like undefeated. They have a really good team, as you would imagine. But I was just going to say that that here they have pitch count limits. You know, they're trying because like the Team USA and really a lot of these Italy's best players, they're all major league players. They're all playing for major league teams, or in major. You know, they're playing in the minor leagues for major league teams. You know, so they're really good ball players all over the world, obviously. But yeah, it was 8-1 going into the 7th inning. A guy named Pete Crow Armstrong hit a couple of home runs, including one to help get them going in the 7th, and it looked like they might rally. Aaron Judge struck out the final out for the Yankees, from the Yankees rather. So when you talk about Aaron Judge and a few of these other players on there, the USA is serious about trying to win it, and now they're 3-2 and may not make the advance to the next round.
Aaron Judge is a giant.
He is.
Of a man.
He is.
And is a. I mean, this guy's a 5-tool player, and you don't see it out of somebody that size. Normally, got a hole in the swing when somebody's that tall.
Right. Exactly.
That's another guy that has a beautiful swing, and there's so much power. But when he extends his hands on the swing, oh my gosh, the ball just—it's a different sound when the ball comes off.
Oh, what a crack, huh?
Yeah.
But what I was going to say about the pool play is that when teams have the same records, then they go to a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's really just like anything else. They have tiebreakers. You remember Mark DeRosa used to pitch for the Braves back in the day? Well, he's the manager for USA. And apparently he thought that his team had already, regardless of the result of the game last night, that his team had already qualified to advance. Well, that turned out not to be the case. So in other words, it's a little bit of confusion there on at least Team USA, because Mexico may get in over the USA. Now, we beat Mexico head-to-head, but they go by how many runs that you give up in your games, not how many you score, how many you give up. Wow. I don't know why that is important, but that's what it says. But regardless of that, the bottom line is that the USA may not get to advance. I mean, we invented the game, Jason.
That's right.
We should be there, and we got all these big professionals there. I mean, I personally, I just missed the day where it was the true amateurs were playing.
I do too.
I mean, the 1980 hockey team, for example. We won the hockey gold this year.
We did, yeah.
First time since 1980 that we won it. But this time we're chock full of professional hockey players. But anyway, the reason I was talking about the pitch count limits and stuff like that in this tournament is mainly because the Major League Baseball says, okay, we'll let you have our players, but we got to do these limits because they don't want them getting hurt.
Well, March 25th is Major League Baseball's opening day.
Okay, so that's just right around the corner.
Right
it's
around
2
the
weeks
corner.
from today,
Yeah,
actually.
It's right around the corner.
Yep.
Lots of spring training baseball going on, and again, the guys that are playing are headliners for MLB. They need them healthy when they come back.
I know, but they're going to need some help. Let's see. Italy plays Mexico, and if Italy wins, then we're good. We're in.
Let me
but if
ask
they
you-
don't win, it'll go to this tiebreaker with these runs, and it's like then it's just a matter of
Let me get your thought, because
how that adds up.
opinion on this. Let me ask your opinion on this. Do you believe that the World Baseball Championship really matters to the professional players that are getting ready to go earn their keep in the MLB? Or is this something they just do for the sake of saying they represented the country doing something? What do you think?
I think it's the latter. I think they do it because they want to represent the country. And yeah, it'd be nice to win, but
They really don't care, do they?
it's not like the amateurs. It's just something. It's just a different drive, Jason. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, they just have a different mindset about it. The professional is going to get paid whether they win or lose. Now, granted, they get paid more when they win,
absolutely,
you know, and they could get a bigger contract, but that doesn't always motivate people when you're making millions.
Let's talk for a minute, because we saw the same thing happen in basketball. You know, in '92, the United States had taken a big loss. It was embarrassing the way basketball was going, and you know, the world was catching up in basketball. They had not caught up in baseball. They were catching up in basketball, and then the United States Olympic Committee puts Team USA together. They put the Dream Team together. By the way, I still think it's the best collection of basketball players that have ever been.
Incredible. Look at that team.
I will go back and watch them play together.
How did Christian Laettner get on that team?
I don't know, but somebody got the short straw when I got Christian Laettner.
Yeah. Actually, he played professional for like 15 years.
He did.
So he was
never
a
an
long
all-star,
time.
but if there was a 30 for 30. I hate Christian Laettner.
I
don't
know.
if
I've
you
seen
watched
that. I have seen that. It is great. He just, had an attitude.
But then the Dream Team took basketball's popularity in the world to a different level. And what I think we may be seeing, is that baseball has long been popular in the Americas, but now it's starting to really it's moving out from Japan, it's moving out from the United States, it's moving out from Latin America, and it's something that just continues to grow and grow and grow. So what happened in '92? Well, what happened in the late '80s to USA basketball may be happening to baseball right now in the United States, and it might be a healthy thing. It might be the kick in the pants that baseball needs, because right now, MLB, it's the one sport that has always consistently tripped over itself because of strikes, and the last one lost a lot of fans.
Yeah, it did.
So
It did.
anyway,
Well, Jason, it's 8:01. We're going to take our break, and we'll come back. We're going to have Kevin Easterling with Peach Country Theater here with us, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available, or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com. Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it.
And welcome back. We're live in the Clanton Tractor Studios. Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio. It's Mike Ellis and Jason Green with you for about the next hour, waiting on Kevin Easterling for Peach Country Theater to come in. I was perusing. That was a good word.
I like perusing. It's kinda
Use
like
succulent and perusing.
This is the second
Perusing
hour of the show.
succulently.
So, yeah.
The news in one story from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
You
like
say
that.
Buenos Aires.
Aries? It's not
Aries.
Aries?
Aries.
Okay. Well, you are the much more educated of the two of us. I will lean into what you say.
Buenos Aires.
Recently, on a recent Sunday in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble rolling my tongue. It's that left side thing. Yeah, thank you. What he just did. A park in Buenos Aires recently.
This is crazy,
It
Jason. What are these?
transformed into a makeshift wilderness for an unusual group of teenagers.
Yes,
these-
unusual group of teenagers is a good way to describe them.
These kids, and by the way, it's sweeping through the world at this point, are
well-
called Therians.
Therians.
They say they identify mentally, spiritually, or psychologically
3 ways.
with non-human, important there,
Yes.
non-human animals. So get this scene. You're looking at this beautiful park in the middle of Buenos Aires,
Addis.
Argentina.
Okay.
Argentina. And here comes
Cortaña.
this teenager galloping across this grassy meadow wearing a beagle mask.
A lifelike, wasn't that what
Yeah,
it said? So it
she
really
is
looked like a real beagle, real
on-
big beagle.
On all fours, galloping across the meadow.
That poor thing, something's wrong with its leg.
Nearby, kind of large in the hind end. The nearby 15-year-old Aquera was leaping through the air,
15 years old.
15 years old, clearing an obstacle course while imitating the precise movement of a Belgian Malinois, which is
A big dog.
it's like a German Shepherd,
Right.
except it's from Belgium.
Belgium.
They prefer to stay neutral, but they'll fight you if they have to.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah, yeah.
those are the dogs that are most commonly used as bomb sniffing dogs.
That was good.
You
That was
like
good. I like the way you came up with that because they were kind of neutral in the war.
They were. They didn't.
Yeah.
They wanted no part of it. Hitler came on in, and 2 hours later, Germany owned Belgium.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
not unlike France. So here are all these kids. You have them dressed up like birds, dressed up like animals, and this is what the kids say. Most of the time, we're just regular people, but sometimes we like to get down on being animals.
Get down on it. I don't know, man. I don't
Now-
know how to feel about
Um,
playtime. This is like playtime again. Right? Which I guess there's nothing wrong with playtime.
No,
I mean,
listen to this.
I tell my wife all the time, I'm going outside to play. When I'm going outside to do something.
Did you say we or I?
I'm going
Okay.
outside. Yeah.
You give her a choice in the matter, I would suppose.
No, I just use certain types of pronouns. Sorry, I don't know if I should go there or not, but I just did.
What are your pronouns? If they had pronouns,
I,
if these were pronouns, it would be his, because they're animals. His and hers.
His and hers.
Is that good radio? You like that
I don't
sound?
know if anybody's hearing it or not.
Somebody's thinking my radiator's got a hole in it.
What's wrong with my radio?
Okay.
Turn that
So-
thing up, Marge.
So here's the thing.
Tell us.
I don't know that I have ever been by a park in Chilton County. Now, and you see things in parks
I was
in
at
Chilton County. now.
Jemison City Park yesterday.
Didn't see anybody dressed like an animal.
Did not.
May have
There were
saw
a bunch
some
of tennis players.
May have seen some tennis players.
Yep,
May see some baseball players. May see. Hey, welcome the Hispanic community of Chilton County. You're going to see soccer players now.
People were walking.
But I have never seen anybody other than a small child having a good time. I've never seen anybody over the age of 12 running around on all fours wearing a beagle mask,
No
barking
deer.
like a dog. And I mean, straight up Westminster Kennel Club animal show going on in this park in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm just saying it's maybe something in the water. That's why they tell you not to drink the water in Mexico
Yeah, well, you-
and point south. Don't do it.
That's a long way from Mexico.
Well, it's on the tip of South
Yeah.
America. We understand that.
Right.
But water runs
Right.
downhill.
I guess it would be going down with the shape of the Earth,
Well,
right?
you know, it's a whole terrestrial thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
I don't know. I just think it's crazy to think that these folks are out here. But then again, they're out there having fun. I mean, I don't guess they're hurting anything except maybe their own psyche.
Well, they're freaking other people out, but they're saying that
Well, that's a little different now.
Aru, a 16-year-old who wore a seal mask to the park meetup, everything was fine until she swallowed the whole fish. She said she reckons that the Therian trend took off in Argentina because of the country's fairly free environment.
That's it. I think the 16-year-old has figured it out.
So it brings us to an interesting question, and I don't know that you're ready for this. Because often Raynette calls you an animal, but we're not gonna. What if you if you had to go play out in the
Family show, Jason.
well, I didn't say why. You could be a gorilla.
It could be a filthy animal,
You,
couldn't
you could be a filthy animal. It's actually what she references you as.
Animal.
So, if you were to go to the park and you could run around on all fours, being any animal that you wanted to be, what would your animal be? I guess what is your spirit animal? Let's have a fairly free discussion about what you would be. How about that?
I love the fairly free reference. Oh, that's great. Oh gosh, what would I be? Well, I don't know. I was thinking, like maybe a chipmunk. Something small, stay out of the way, under the radar. Hopefully, no hawks are at the park. They don't usually come to the park.
They were in the trees here.
Oh, they were.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they were in the trees. So
maybe
you could be in trouble.
Maybe a chipmunk would not be the right thing, unless there's some good rocks to hide under or something.
Yeah, but you're a full-grown man, so it would be difficult to find a rock big enough to hide under.
Be a pretty big chipmunk.
That would be
Okay. Well, let's go with option B then,
okay.
since you didn't like my first choice.
It's not that
I
I
thought it
didn't
was
like
my
it.
choice, and then I get
Listen,
chastised for it. But that's
I was-
okay.
I was just making
That's
recommendations.
okay. I'm not
Okay.
upset about it. So let's change the subject.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just kidding. But let's see. I guess though, I used to love dogs. I grew up with dogs. Just I don't know. Didn't understand cats. Didn't really want to be around them. But as I got older, and I got a cat and got another cat, and then I have cats and dogs. I realized cats are much cooler.
Well, the cat. Think about the cat for a minute. The cat, demands that you feed it and take care of it, and the cat remains aloof. It might love you one day, and the next day, it would eat you if you slept too long in the morning.
I have
Yeah,
scars all over my hand from my cat.
Absolutely. I've decided there's not an animal in this world that I would want to be, though.
Oh, you did? Really?
I would. There's a couple of vegetables.
Okay. Well,
A potato.
a potato.
I would like to be a potato. Think about it.
What are you thinking of? What's your
Well,
thought process
you
there?
could be a potato on the couch. I'd be a couch potato.
There's one.
I could be a sweet potato.
That's two.
Listen, I could take it to call it a tater. I could be evil, maniacal dictator.
That's right. I didn't think about that.
Think
That's
about
a tater.
that. We could
That's
go
a tater.
we could go tater on that.
Yeah.
There's any number of things you could do with potato.
What would happen if you were a mashed tater?
Well, or baked. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
There's any number of things you could do.
French fried.
Yeah,
That would
that's
be bad.
right.
I guess you'd be sunburned.
Probably.
That would be, if you were a person, but you were identifying as a potato.
I would like to be a potato.
This is, to me, this just kind of points out this whole idea, this identifying thing, how ridiculous it is. I mean, I don't care that somebody, we will allow people a 1 or 2 nights a year to run around, dressed up in, some costume or something,
Right.
or maybe they go to a costume ball or party or something. But this seems a little, I don't know. I look at it in the light of all these, the alphabet soup folks that want to claim that they're a man when they're clearly a woman, or vice versa. I don't know. That may not be what this is akin to, but that's where my mind goes.
Life has become such that, and we understand. Here's what the problem is, Mike. This is what I truly believe. We are well-adjusted adult people because somebody cared enough for us to help us learn adult coping mechanisms. We don't have to regress back into a childlike state for the world to go away because somebody maturely mentored us, whether we knew that was happening or not.
Right, exactly.
From our parents,
Right.
from our friends, teachers, coaches, they taught us coping mechanisms. And by the way, the thing that we're not teaching young folks is that the world stinks a lot of days.
Oh, it does.
And you need to be prepared for that.
That's right.
But
exactly.
becoming something that you are not is not the way to go about it. You got to act like somebody. You got to take what's coming at you at life and take it, no pun intended, take the bull by the horns and treat it for what it is. You roll with the punches and you surround yourself
or
with
the
good
Belgian
people.
Malamute, or
Or
whatever
the
you call
Belgian
that dog.
Malinois, yeah. Malamute, that is a Alaskan. That's an Alaskan indigenous person because you can't say Eskimo anymore.
did not-
Eskimo is a very, very offensive, apparently.
Do they still have
to the-
Eskimo pies? Surely they do. Surely they don't call them, Malamute pies.
No,
That doesn't have the same ring to it.
no, I don't. I've never had an Eskimo.
We'll need our listeners and
Yeah,
viewers to
Mike Baker
let
is
us
the one
know
we
that.
need to comment on this one.
Michael
let's
know.
get Mike Baker.
That's
Mike,
right. We
such
forgot. Mike
a
knows.
brilliant Mike knows.
That's
A
right.
brilliant guy. That is a new segment on the show. It will be from henceforth. Mike knows.
We'll call him up and say, Mike,
Do you know?
do you know?
There we go. Well, Baden is waving us off like a maniac at the airport. So let's take another break. You're listening to Morning Mayhem with Mike and Jason on Piper Peach Radio. Back with Kevin Easterling from Peach Country Theater right after this.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries and the only local based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust MEMS Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Okay.
Welcome back, Mike.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Now
It's
we're even. That's good.
Wednesday.
We are here live in the Clanton Tractor Studios, Piper Peach Radio's Morning Mayhem. I'm Jason. Far end is Mike. We've added two more. And it immediately got better looking and more entertaining when these two walked in.
Absolutely.
Kevin and Kelly Easterling join us. And by the way, let me say this one thing. I got a message during the break. My father-in-law watches the show. He loves you, by the way. He was messaging me and said that he had his spirit animal.
Oh, yeah?
Was a bucket of fried chicken.
A bucket of fried chicken.
I'm down with that. And by the way, mashed potatoes come with that. So we're in lockstep this morning. Kevin and Kelly Easterling are the owners of Peach Country Theater in Clanton, and it has had
Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
amazing few months since you guys have been open. Talk a little bit about the vision that you've got for that old theater and the life that you've brought back into it.
I think our vision is it's really just come to life since we opened the doors in November. You know, it was nothing. We had to gut it, and it was dark and sad. And the minute we got people in there, the laughter, the music, the togetherness is kind of the vision we had for it all along, was bringing something lively back to the building. So that's really moved forward. We've had great crowds for concerts and movies. We've got an amazing lineup coming up this year. So we just hope to build on that.
There's been great things so far. What triggered this in your mind of what it could be? When
did you get the initial inspiration?
It's Kelly's
Kelly, tell us that.
Best answer I have for that is I don't know. We moved here in June of that year. It was 4 years ago this June, and that November we had some friends in town Thanksgiving weekend, and I was riding them around, and we were hitting some local spots, and my friend said that would be really cool if somebody got that up and running, and I just said, yeah, it would be, and then I couldn't get it out of my head. So a couple of days later I said it out loud to him, and he didn't think it was too crazy, so it all just kind of exploded from there.
So we started down the path.
How about that? And now here you are.
Here we are.
You opened up
November.
I knew it was not too long ago.
Yes.
We opened up November the 15th. We had Maggie Ball in concert. She's an up-and-coming artist out of Nashville. And then we had Wicked for Good. That was a new release weekend.
That was our very
I
first
remember
movie.
seeing that.
Very
I thought.
first movie we had.
So how do you select your movies, or how does that work, kid?
She handles all that.
We'll just ask.
I just make sure.
We'll just ask her all the questions,
That's
and you jump in.
No,
She just tells me what to do.
We each have our own things, and
I've got one of those at home.
the movies kind of. Well, I text back and forth with our purchaser. I mean, some days it's hours and hours of figuring out what movies and what falls in line. Being a single screen, it gets a little tricky with contracts because new movies were held to at least 2 weeks. Sometimes they'll say, well, you have to be prepared if we want you to show it a third week. So that week is tricky because we don't know whether to plan a different movie.
I can understand that.
And then we got a surprise with I Can Only Imagine 2 because we were one of the better performing theaters on that one. We blew other theaters out of the water, bigger theaters. So Lionsgate gave us a surprise that was not the third week, wasn't in discussion when we booked it, and they were like, oh, by the way, you have to play this again. So, which was great because a lot of people got to see it that didn't get to the first 2 weeks. So we had another good turnout the third week.
But
At the same time, Sony pushed GOAT, which we were supposed to show. So we had to, it worked out okay because they pulled the plug on that because they didn't want us to show it with Wuthering Heights. Showing 2 movies at once is something that single screen theaters don't usually get to do, but we're proving our numbers and they're letting us do it. So that's a huge compliment from the studio world.
So from y'all's standpoint, and granted, the theater's set up brilliantly in that it can be a live music venue or it could be the old-fashioned movie house. Love that. So what genre of movie are you finding is the most successful for you guys right now?
Besides the Christmas series, that was wildly successful. We're planning to do something at that capacity again. But I think David and I Can Only Imagine 2 were probably our highest grosses. You're the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like there's 2 markets here.
Yeah.
You've got Zootopia 2, we got it, and Disney wanted us to show it another week, and that was another weekend that we were stacking 2 movies together.
Disney doesn't usually allow that.
They don't, and so you get that family style of movie, and then you also get the movies like we're not showing it, but like Reminders of Him, Solo Mio, the geared kind of comedy, family comedy that pulls in not the family. The husband and wife and kids coming, but maybe like a date night type.
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking. A younger couple. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But you have an opportunity. You've got the ability, though, to generate different kind of environments.
We do. We were finding actually that horror movies have a market here too. So we put Scream 7. We didn't know that we were going to be able to get it for sure until yesterday, and we started selling tickets to it immediately. And I think the appeal to that is we have it on Friday the 13th.
I just going to ask what is going to be shown on the 13th.
Yeah, it ended up being Scream 7.
Scream
so
7.
we expect that to be a busy night. You might want to get tickets ahead on that one.
When you think about it, though, we have a live action version of that Scream. It's called Walmart. So
I want to do it my way.
So it took a vision to get it to where it is, but long term, what do you see this evolving into?
I mean, I just continue what we're doing. We want to continue to bring new release movies to the theater. A lot of people are not aware that we do have new release movies, but we do factor in, all kind of movies. Maybe it's been out a couple of weeks, so we can get it for 1 week. We need it like Scream. It's been out not long, but we needed it to fill a week because we got Project Hail Mary coming up, which is 2 weeks, and Kelly does a phenomenal job with this. We get it for 2 weeks, and then we're going into Mario Galaxy movie, which is a new release at the end of the month. So, and that's another one that all the movie theaters are showing on Friday, but they want us to come out and show it on Wednesday. So we're getting ready. The national release day is Wednesday, so we get that on that Wednesday, and we're going to show
that's
it.
a big deal.
Yeah, so I think just continuing to build these studio relationships and artist relationships and just get bigger and better things here as we grow and get word out. A lot of people don't know that we're there yet.
Yeah, and the artist side too. We want to bring in good entertainment. We're 200-seat theater.
200. We were talking about that. That was one of the questions we were going to ask.
We got a 207-seat theater, and that's just on the bottom.
Much closer correct than Jason.
But a lot of artists they want that 200 seats. They want it, so you got to target what artists you're going after, and Kelly does a great job of going after up and coming artists. I mean, back in January we had Tanner Law's band.
Yes.
And they came from Montana, and just this weekend, Kelly was saying that or this week they're in Nashville doing some work. So
Is that the one that Trinity Bean played
was.
with? That's what I thought. I was going to mention her. She's
We know
a friend of our family.
Goes to her.
Yeah.
I'm her
yeah.
pastor.
Oh, okay.
Right.
She's a doll.
yeah, that was a great fit
It was
with
an
Tanner
awesome
and her.
fit.
She was really excited about it, and I know she did a great job. My wife and granddaughter came.
She did. She
One-
did a
one of the
great
shows.
job.
Yep.
So what's the next big thing for you guys? What's coming up?
So besides movies, we have a Logan Mize concert on March 26th. I was so excited that he agreed to come here. I've had him on my playlist for 10 years. He was a highway find on Sirius XM radio.
Okay.
In 2017, I think. He's had top 40 hits. So one of his biggest songs was Ain't Always Pretty and Can't Get Away from a Good Time. I know people have heard those songs. You might not know the name, but
Right.
he is coming. This is so funny to me. He has a 1989 vintage station wagon.
Sweet.
And he is taking it out on a nationwide tour. Glenn's Last Ride. The car's name is Glenn. And so Logan and another artist coming with him and Glenn are coming for a acoustic show on the 26th. It's spring break week, so we thought that might be appealing. It's a family show. That's one of the big things we hear is any sort of up-and-coming artist or artist with a successful history, they come to bars in Birmingham or bars somewhere, and it's not an all-ages show. We're a family venue. It's an all-ages show. To me, it's a great place for a kid's first concert. It's just going to be a good time. So that's March 26th. There's a local artist named Caleb Shirley out of Birmingham, and he's opening for Logan.
Sweet. That sounds like that's going to be a lot of fun. I was just thinking about as you were talking about the different types of artists that you bring in and the folks that you tend to bring in. Now you said this gentleman was on. What show was it? You said 2017?
So on
iHeart?
It's kind of
Stars
like
or
that.
something?
It's a Sirius
XM.
Okay,
radio.
so they have
Has-
something like a Star Search or whatever, where they bring in
He will when they find
Well,
up and coming
unknown artists.
artists.
Up and coming, that's a
yeah,
better word.
they'll call them
Right.
a highway find, and they'll push their
Okay,
music.
that's what you call it, highway find.
Highway find
That's
because the
right.
station name is
did write it
Highway.
down.
So they'll push new artists out before they hit mainstream radio, and that's where a lot of young artists get their start. So that's where he came through, and I think it was 2017, and he was all over the radio during that time period. And he's put out a lot of new music since then. He's got some really good stuff coming out.
Yeah, he's taken some time away from the music industry, but now he's coming back.
He's
in.
an independent artist.
Okay, I got you. Well, that's great. Well, that's coming up in just a couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got that.
Great seats available.
So how do people get tickets for something like that?
Our website is just peachcountrytheater.com. And then if you put in /tickets, peachcountrytheater.com/tickets, it takes you right to the ticket page.
We put all of our tickets up there. All the movies, once we get them confirmed, the ticket sales go up on there. The concerts that we have, everything's right there on that one.
Well, what about beyond March 26th, Kelly? What are you working on? Can you let us in on that?
Absolutely. So in most of April, we'll have Super Mario Galaxy. That's one of those where they say you have to have it for at least 3 weeks, maybe 4. And Wicked was you have to have it 4. So we're thinking that we're planning on having it the 4th week. But the studios are trying to work with, or our purchasers trying to work with me on getting reminders of him to double up with Mario that last week if we can. So that one, I've had that one, it hurts my heart a little bit. I wasn't able to get it on release date the way the contracts fell, because I know that one would have been really popular here, but I'm going to try to get it for a weekend in April. So our April movies are pretty much lined up. But in June, we have a big concert series to kick off Peach Month. For Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of that first weekend in June, we have Sugarcane Jane. They're an Americana duo. They're popular around here. I'm just learning, like, they are phenomenal. They do a lot with the Shelby County arts. They've played there. They have a big following around here, and they're the nicest people. So that's the June 4th, I think is that
4th,
Thursday?
which is a Thursday.
And then June 5th, that we're also finding is crazy popular, is Glenn Templeton. He's out of Tuscaloosa. He was a Conway Twitty Like he played Conway Twitty in a traveling nation. People know this. I'm just learning all these things as I find these artists.
He has a huge following. It sounds just like Conway.
We expect that one to sell out based on what his management tells us.
That's the one I want to see.
That takes you back though.
Yeah.
That's a little nostalgia.
Yeah,
when you
he's
start
great.
Talking about Conway Twitty.
And
Yeah,
then,
he travels all over the U.S.
and he'll be coming with his own music.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of what people relate him to, is sounding like Conway. But he's going to be great. And then on the Saturday of I think it's June 6th, we got Craig Wayne Boyd, who was the season 7 winner on The Voice. And he's made a pretty big career for himself in Nashville since then. He's very established. His wife is his management, and I've talked with her a lot, and she is so helpful and so nice, and she's helped connect us to other future artists. So that's very, very helpful. That one I think will be big too. That one's had a big reaction on Facebook. And then in August, we are
which is
so
nobody
excited.
Really knows
we don't know this
but
yet, but we're working on Maggie Ball coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we expect that one to be wildly popular after the reputation she got here in November. She was the best. So we can't wait to have her back.
Let me ask you this question. So for a movie, first run movie,
Yes.
what's the normal price for a ticket?
For us, or like
For you, yeah,
for us, all movie tickets are $10, all ages, all, and that's why.
And you got tax and
the
ticket fees.
Right.
So I mean, all included, it's usually about $12.66,
Yeah.
which is a lot less than what you get in Prattville or Alabaster.
It's a bargain.
Yeah.
What a great place to go.
Yeah.
I
And
tell
you've
you-
got it right here. That's great. Yeah, you're not going to a multi-center
I'm going
place.
to tell you, that hot
Run through
dog
like a
was top notch.
hurricane.
Top notch hot dog. It was grilled to perfection. I loved it.
Yeah.
He's a hot dog
I am.
aficionado.
I really wanted to go with like the gas station hot dog vibe because I love a good gas station hot dog.
Oh yeah, exactly. You never know when you need one, and there they are.
And then, immediately after the gas station hot dog, you regret needing one. But that's beside the point. Theirs is much higher quality food, and that is a reputation that I think you know that, but that's your snacks. Those things draw people in too. It's just a total experience.
We try to keep the prices down on those too. There's a range for everyone. I mean, you can come in and get a free glass of water and a box of popcorn, and afford a nice night out. That's what we wanted to go for.
Well, I
so
thought that
everybody
was a
could
good deal
come.
with the dog, the popcorn, and the drink. That's what we got. We got a couple of those, and I wanted to go back and get another one, but I wasn't allowed to.
Well, we got Scream 7 this weekend.
All right, Scream 7.
You don't have to watch the movie. Just go buy a hot dog and go.
We do. We actually do have people that drop by.
Get dirty sodas.
Get dirty sodas. We had
about that?
Just this weekend or last weekend. I was there on a Thursday afternoon, and a lady comes in and purchases some stuff, and we were open. We had 2 movies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we had people come in and just buy dirty sodas. We had some come in and buy large popcorns. I mean, people come in.
Oh, yeah, you can't
beat-
purchase. You can come in and buy.
Even
it
if
and
you're
not-
having a movie
and not
night at
get the
home,
movie.
come
So-
get your popcorn.
How cool is that though? That if you're there, folks can just wander in off the street, buy popcorn and a drink, and they're wandering the streets of Clanton eating their popcorn and having a cup. Do this for me though. There will be some that don't understand the concept of a dirty soda. Explain that.
I
for
was
us.
going to beg your.
Kelly, have to answer
Forgiveness
that.
there.
They don't let me
So-
behind the concession stand area.
Back when he was, full time in the construction side of it, I didn't have a physical hand in those things. So I spent a lot of time researching concessions and like signature drinks and things. And that's when I came across the dirty sodas. So it's dirty because it has like a syrup flavor in it and a creamer of some sort. So ours is like a sweet cream, like Italian sweet cream creamer in it with various flavors on whatever soda base. We have our own recipes for it, but we also do custom if someone has one that they like. I played with them for a year before we put them out. We've got a lot of compliments on them, but it is a mocktail. There's no alcohol in those. It's just a fun kind of float texture.
Okay.
Kind of like if you like an ice cream float, you're probably going to like a dirty soda.
Like I said in my mind, I'm glad you cleared it up. I was just thinking that you'd rename the suicide, where you just go through.
That's I was going to mention the suicide, but I wasn't sure.
This
we might
sounds
need a
much
recipe
better.
for one of
This
those.
sounds much
Yeah,
better.
this
than
sounds much better. You know, as a kid, you know, just go from the Sprite to the Dr Pepper to the grape to the
My son
whatever.
still does that, and it looks horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
they
he's-
should not come out the color. that
Drinks
those things
drinks
come out.
every bit of it though, doesn't he? So what about private events, Kelly? You guys are available for those?
We are, yes.
How does
and
that How does that work? They
it,
just reach out to you at the.
People have different
your
needs for
website?
different things. Yeah, just through our website or message. We can do private events where we do private movie screenings, or just like a graduation party, for example, we're having in a few weeks, where it's just a place for everyone to gather. Now, because we don't have the ability to cook food, you can cater your own food in if you'd like.
Right.
Things like that. We do have to be careful with some of the events we commit to, just because of like liability and security of the screen and things like that. So we can't always do what someone wants, but we try when we can. We absolutely try to make it happen.
So if Mike wanted to come in and do a one-man show, singing and doing interpretive dance, that would be something that y'all would be interested in.
As long as
we
he
trying to
doesn't
get people
crash
in the
into
door,
the
or-
screen.
That would
keep 'em out.
be a comedy,
Really?
right? Yeah.
Nobody would come, but Mike just needs a venue. He's got some things he's working out before he goes on the road.
We could maybe put it on TikTok.
Babe, we're good, right? You're bringing the
Several
camera.
years ago, Carrie Underwood rented out the Mobile Civic Center to get ready for a tour. This is what Mike would use you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that might not go over well there. You might not want to do that. I'm not sure I'm recommending that to you. Kevin, I wanted to ask, when you were in the construction phase, was there still an old screen up?
There was. So we took it down.
I was just going to ask, what's it made of? What was an old screen made of? Was it like a bed sheet?
No, it was really like a thick.
Like a canvas.
Yeah, canvas.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've turned that into.
I've always wanted to know that, Jason. I did not know what a screen was made of.
Yeah, it's we sell what is it like a during Christmas season we'll call it an ornament, but it's a black and white picture of the theater, and it's printed on the original screen.
Wow, how about
a lot
that?
of people have bought those. It's
A
kind
little
of
piece of history.
Kind
That's
of, it really
fantastic.
is. So
Like a
that's
piece of
kinda
the
neat.
wall or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, we need to make some more of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really neat. I don't know. Like I said, I just as a kid growing up there and watching movies there, different kinds and all kind of. I mean, it was packed on Saturday mornings. I don't know, the matinee kind of stuff. I know you're doing things a little differently, but I guess
Well,
In a lot
same,
of-
same
yeah.
venue
Yeah.
as a movie, right?
That-
You've got rules you got to follow, like
the
with the
studios.
studios. So we got to show a movie on Friday night and Saturday night, and then a lot of people come out on Sunday for kind of a matinee, what you're talking about. So
right.
So normally we do Friday, Saturday, and then 2:00 on Sunday.
Tell us about your show times. When you have a movie on, what's the normal the way you divide it? How many times will you show a movie in a day? What the matinee times on Sunday? Just give us some typical show times.
We do 3 showings a week typically, unless demand is higher that we need to add more. For staffing and things, that's what works for us cost efficiency wise, is sticking to the 3 that the studios require. And we have found we've played around with the times on the Friday night and Saturday night, but it seems like on Friday night 7:00 works best for people to get home from work, have dinner, and then hit the 7:00 show. And then on Saturdays we do it a little earlier because some people like to come earlier, so 6. And then Sunday we've been doing 2:00. But when it's a double feature, we'll have like a 2 and a 6.
Any plans to expand that, or is that limited to with your contractual obligations?
We can do more, but it has to be consistently more. They would let us make an exception once in a while, I think, if we needed to add a show. But if we have the demand for it, we'll add a day. Like if we need a Thursday night, we'll open
And
Thursday
I was
night.
thinking of that Saturday morning, or not necessarily morning, but early Saturday matinee kind of stuff.
Yes.
Seems to be real popular in other
the classic
theaters.
cartoon Saturday morning.
I
kind of
don't know
thing for-
contractually if we're allowed to do
Yeah,
that.
most of the time
sadly.
the
And I don't mean
contract
to
just
put
wants
you
you.
on the
Yeah,
spot.
no,
That's
no,
okay.
no. No, it's
We don't wanna get
most
y'all
of
in
the
any trouble.
time the contracts only want you showing that movie, that time period, and that's it. And then sometimes just like this past weekend, we were allowed to show 2 different movies, and when we're allowed to do that, we do that. But most of the time, they only want you showing that one movie.
I did just find out this week that in the summer it works a little bit different. The studios put together, we get the movies on a hard drive, and the studios put together a drive of like just kids' movies that we get to run at our discretion in the summer.
Sweet.
That's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Yeah,
so it's not year round, but in the summer they allow for some of that. So we'll see what movies they offer and where we can plug that in to meet the most needs, because we have field trips with some places planned and things like that.
Well, folks, I want to give you a chance. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? Anything coming up? Anything that you would just like promoted in this final couple of minutes of the interview?
No, just to keep. I mean, Kelly does a great job of posting on Facebook, so she always posts our calendar of events. It's always at the top of our Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook,
It does change.
It does change.
That's a good place.
And then the
to
website.
check, right?
Yes,
For
yes.
those changes.
Yes.
Right.
And then if you haven't checked out our concerts and you are a music fan, I just really encourage you to check it out. It's just such a special place for live music because it's such a small show and the artists really come to life like in that space. It's incredible.
I was fascinated, Kevin, by your discussion about the artists that play venues like yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the look for that size venue because they're promoting and want to get their foot, get started, I guess, or how they get a leg up, whatever phrase you can think of.
And speaking on that, sometimes you get artists that are too big that once they grow, and Shelby Arts Council has gotten into that problem with a few, is you can only hold 200 when now they're drawing 300 or 400 or 500. Well, they can't, they've outgrown your venue, so you won't get them back just because of that.
Right. Well, just the fact that you shared that with us, and because I wouldn't know what to do, what you guys have done, and everything. But it's really, that caught my ear when you said that. I'm looking for artists that play these types of venues. I never thought of it that way, but obviously you have to. So.
But we've got a unique building there.
There you go.
And like Maggie, she came there, and she's going to be big one day. I mean, she's got the talent.
She's incredibly talented.
That good, huh?
She really is, and she wants to come back. And we're building relationships to where, who knows? I mean, she makes it big. She may want to come back and play
Exactly.
at one of these one-off shows just because she, we built that relationship.
She won't forget how she got there.
Right.
That was part of her journey, wouldn't it be, or won't it be? Well, this has been fantastic having you guys here.
Well, thank you.
I mean, just like I said, I'm fascinated with the idea. I remember hearing about it because there have been stories over the years about people wanting to do it or maybe kind of getting started doing it, but you guys actually did it, have done it, and are doing it every day.
And it's successful.
I know, and in the
It's
community,
not just average. It's
I think Jason said it well.
average.
Thank
when
you.
when we started, about the fact that the community didn't realize how much we missed something like that, and now we have it back. And I bet you we'll work harder that we won't lose it again. So, but thank you so much for coming in today.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
This has been Kelly and Kevin Eastling from Peach Country Theater, downtown Clanton. Hope you'll come patronize their theater and check out their website for their future gifts or future events, rather. And we'll be back in a few minutes after these words. Thank you.
The plans you have for your property need the right equipment. Kubota has reliable tractors, utility vehicles, and mowers to help you make the most of your land, along with strong dealer support. Stop by today to explore our lineup. Right now, bring home select Kubota BX Series with 0% financing available or save up to $1,500. Now through February 28th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Get by Clanton Tractor today or visit ClantonTractor.com. Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Looking to save some money and keep your vehicle running smooth? Head to McSweeney Auto Group for their oil change special, just $29.95. Mark your calendar for March 11th, 12th, and 13th, and again, March 26th, 27th, and 28th. And that's not all. This special will continue the 2nd and 4th weeks of April and May, giving you 3 full months of savings. Here's how it works. Take a quick test drive and receive your oil change voucher. It's that simple. Offer valid Tuesday through Thursday only. Excludes high performance and diesel oil changes. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now.
Hey,
All
welcome
right, we're
back.
back. You've done this all show.
I know.
One time I'm supposed to start, and then the next time you're supposed to start. But what's happened every time, Jason?
Well, I'm
Every
sorry.
time Jason has started. Now I'm not really upset about it, but
You sound a little hurt. You sound hurt, Mike. I didn't
hey,
realize.
hey, it was Baden's idea for us to create some friction. I don't think he likes us laughing, and having fun with each other.
He realizes neither one of us cares a whole lot, so it don't.
It's like
Yeah.
when he goes to the break sign, I know
That's
you
right.
just kind of keep. Okay, that's my 2-minute warning.
We just ignore it. Yeah, it's 2-minute warning. The clock starts when he goes to break. He actually does have a stop sign, which is kind of annoying, really, is that he starts throwing up
does,
the
I
stop
know.
sign. I'm like the fat kid at second base. I think I got more in me than I really do. I'm running through that stop sign.
I can make it. I can make it.
Yeah, so I can do.
That's
I can make
better.
it.
That's
He
better.
can't
Now
make
he's
it.
just
He's got
introduced the 30 seconds.
That's right. That's good. He thinks those
Yeah,
signs.
here it is, right
actually-
here.
He thinks those have. He thinks we pay attention to him. But
course,
ultimately, we're
I
in
like
and
to
out
do
when we
this. I
wanna
always
be.
tell my granddaughter, look at that. All that money you spent, and they printed them upside down. She goes, gee, Daddy. She turns it around and just shakes her head like, bless his heart.
By the way, your granddaughter's probably going to rule the world at some point.
Some point.
She is too cute for her own good. Queen
Yes,
Victoria.
Queen
is what I
Victoria.
like
I
to
tell you
call
what,
her.
she is such a blessing in our life. We didn't know we were missing until we had it, and now it's just great to. This is my first grandchild. I'm 65 years old. I mean, I know most people are much younger when they become grandparents for the first time, but we weren't. But God's timing is perfect, Jason.
Absolutely.
And boy, I tell you, she's a joy to have around the house. My wife would testify to that.
I enjoy spending time around Joe, your son, as well.
Yeah, he's a fine fella. That's her daddy.
Really is, and he's doing a great job in management now in Publix, and
He is
just
a
really
produce manager in
just-
Alabaster, their Alabaster store.
I'm proud of him because
I am
I've known
too.
him for several years now, and he was kind of climbing the ladder, but he's seeing his hard work pay off.
Exactly.
And
Very well put.
yeah,
And I try to be encouraging to him, and, because he hasn't always had great successes. Or who does when they're 20 years old? None of us do, or rarely do we. But like you said, he's really putting in the time, and it's paying off for him, and we're excited for him. We're just super blessed. We just had Kelly and Kevin Easterling on with Peach Country Theater, and we forgot to mention about while they were here. We've got two tickets we're giving away to the Logan Mize concert. I'm not sure exactly how we're doing that. Do you have any idea?
I would say you go to social media, and if you see the post about those tickets, just say, I want them.
There you go.
I want them.
There you
because
go.
there'll be a pair of tickets to that concert. That'll be next week. Not the concert, but that promotion is going to start. But that's on the 26th of March. So a big concert there. Only 200 seats.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Super intimate environment.
I was just the intimate. That was the word I've always heard described in smaller venues.
Not
like
a bad seat in the house.
But 200 people, and that
Yeah.
I would have never thought you got 200 in there.
Yeah, that's.
But
You said,
boy,
I said 300. You said 100.
I know.
It was 207. So you said you were closer, but I'm actually closer to that than you
don't
were.
recall those figures at all, except that you were much higher than mine.
I would imagine that that's the way that you see
It's kind of like when you're playing. What's the game? Where if you go over, Price is Right.
Oh,
if you go
yeah,
over,
yeah.
you're eliminated. So
got you.
sorry, you were eliminated.
That okay.
So you had to be under.
You're saying you won.
I won
both
that.
bonuses.
I did.
Both showcase
I know.
showdowns.
I'm waiting for what my prizes are going to be.
Well,
Baden,
there's still some
Baden's
cookies
out there?
from Clanton Cake Company around here somewhere
Ooh,
that you can take home with you.
I had some peanut butter. I think they call them peanut butter cookies yesterday. Oh man, they were delicious.
Dollar Bill sat here and ate the one that I really wanted to try on Monday. Dollar Bill ate the stuffed chocolate chip. He ate 2 chocolate chip
What's up
cookies
with that?
with their frosting.
What
and
gave
their,
him the
their
right?
frosting? I mean,
He just,
I acquiesce
he's
to
a
a senior
big time,
adult. It's
radio
ultimately-
guy.
I know. It's ultimately
he's
what I do
gonna
for you.
listen.
I acquiesce to the senior adults in the room out of respect. Except
Well, I
when
finally got to
except
that
when it's coming
point.
from
I'm-
break,
I finally
coming
got
back
to
from
that
breaks. I
point.
don't do that.
I noticed that.
So-
We're gonna tomorrow. It'll be better tomorrow.
Yeah, I will be here. It will be better.
Oh, I'm
tomorrow.
sorry. I didn't mean it that
Look
way.
at that. How about you? I remember that.
I did not mean that way.
I will remember that.
But
It's been a good day so far, Mike. I
I
know
think
we're
so.
coming down to cases on today's show, but that was an absolutely terrific interview with Kelly and Kevin, folks. We have something special in this community, and I don't think we're given enough credit. They have done a magnificent job, and again, it is nostalgic. It is gripping the past, but doing those things also leading into the future. A wonderful venue, old-fashioned movie house showing the latest, greatest movies out, and then a live music venue as well. And again, we use that word intimate environment. I would hate to see the county, the people of Chilton County, and people in northern Autauga as well as southern Shelby County not really realize just how special this place is.
I know,
Get out
it
there
is special.
and support these folks and do business with them. And if nothing else, just go by and get you a dirty soda and bag of popcorn.
I definitely was thinking of the Suicide soda back in the day.
We're on the same page.
And but I was hesitant. I don't know, man. I hate the way all these words have been stolen. You know, you feel bad about saying it, but I mean, it's like a suicide lane on the highway.
Absolutely.
You remember that?
Yep.
You know, and I get it. You know, the sensitivities and all of that, but lighten up, Francis, is all I can say.
We walk around with our feelings on our shoulders
I
and
know,
on our sleeves, and sometimes we just need to suck it up, Buttercup, and take it.
When I was probably a preteen, Jason, when my brother and some his friends were lifeguards at the city pool here in Clanton, and a gentleman named Calvin Wilkins was the park director or whatever. He was a PE teacher at Adair Junior High, and he also did this in the summer. You know, teachers back in the day, they had summer jobs, right? A lot of them did. Well, Mr. Wilkins, I was the what did he call the I forget what the title was, but basically I was his helper. I would come and I would get to come in for free.
It's flunky.
Flunky.
That's your.
I came in for free. I got admitted to the pool for free, which was like 50 cents or something like that. And then I worked. I worked at concessions, and that's why I knew about the suicide drinks. People, you know, back in the day, you know, when you bought the Coke for a dime, you got a little small cup, right? You didn't get these giant 44-ounce Polar Pops or whatever they're called now, you know.
Big slugs.
That's
my favorite one. Speaking of big slugs, Baden is crawling out of the back of the van.
I'll take a big slug, please. But anyway, thinking about that, I just thought about the suicide drinks, because people would come in and the kids would say, I want a suicide drink, and you just hit them a little bit each one. And
can you imagine what you would get if you went to Buc-ee's and did that?
Ooh.
Your head might just pop off from the sugar rush.
You might need several cups.
I mean, you'd have to knock down the sugar with the beaver nuggets.
What a place. Well, our Wednesday has come to an end, Jason.
Yes, we have arrived.
Hard to believe it. I'll be back on the air in the morning. First time for me on a Thursday. I'll be with Taylor, and I'll try to keep her straight.
Good luck with that.
We know that's an uphill task, so to speak. But looking forward to it. I've thoroughly enjoyed our time together today, brother. And what you take us out?
I will do so. Folks, you have been joining Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio, live from the broadcast studio, sponsored by Clanton Tractor. Thank you, folks, for joining us today. He's Mike. I'm Jason. God bless you.